How good is the A6400 and should you use it or buy it in 2022? The Sony A6400 was released way back in January 2019, and I bought it as soon as it was released. And even though it is such a small and compact mirrorless camera, it surpassed all of my expectations. I bought it initially just to use as like a B cam for a higher end Sony or even just a vlogging camera. But I quickly found out that the A6400 covers almost every creative need I have. But that was in 2019, and this is obviously 2022. So how do I feel about it now, and would I buy it? And would I recommend for you guys to buy this camera in 2022 and beyond? So oftentimes people will dismiss these cheaper or more budgetary cameras, but I've been using the Sony A6400 for 3 years now, and I'll tell you that even though the camera is aimed at the more, I guess you could say, budgeted photographer or even the prosumer, it doesn't lack professional quality. The A6400 is an exceptional camera for the price, you know, and right now, you can get it on Amazon from anywhere between $800 and $1,100, just depending on if you want to bundle it in with, like, you know, tripods and bags and that sort of thing. The A6400 is perfect for the content creator that spends their time shooting photos and videos. When I first bought the camera, really the only thing I didn't like about it was, like I mentioned before, it's really small and compact. But this camera led me to shooting a totally different way. Like I said, it's tiny, especially when you get the kit lens, the 16 to 50 millimeter attached to it. But this grew on me quickly because it taught me to shoot in a minimalistic style, and that is something that I've really talked a lot about on this channel and something that I enjoy. Not always having to take your huge camera bags with you, especially if you do a lot of landscape photography and you go hiking with your stuff, or even street photography. You don't want to be messing with all of that gear when you're out on a shoot. The only thing I've really done to bulk this up is I've added this small rig camera cage. I'll put the link in the description for it, and it makes it just a little bit bulkier, adds some protection, and a little bit easier for somebody like me that has medium to large size hands. As well as I put this wrist strap from Amazon on here as well, just to forgo a traditional camera strap. So the A6400 sports this flip-up screen, which is perfect for vlogging and monitoring your shot, especially if you're in a studio environment shooting videos for YouTube. This is great for like a top-down type of rig. It shoots at 4K, 24 frames or 30 frames per second. It also shoots in Sony's S&Q mode from 1 frame per second all the way to 120 frames per second for that super slow motion. But that's only in 1080. But it looks surprisingly good when you up-res it on a 4K timeline, so really no complaints there. Autofocus is outstanding, and the camera has an ISO range of up to 102,000, which means this camera shines a little bit better in low light. You can truly get great video out of this camera when you utilize the HLG or S-Log modes. If you don't know what that means, I have a video demystifying all of that right here, as well as all of the functions in Sony's menu system. Virtually all my YouTube videos have been filmed over the last 3 years with the A6400, and when this camera is paired with nice lenses like the Sigma 16mm 1.4 or the Viltrox 85mm 1.8, which are both budget-friendly lenses, you get amazing photos. I'm a prime lens type of shooter, but there are plenty of fantastic zoom lenses that are, you know, on the high end, but as well as budget-friendly for Sony E-mount cameras. So the question is, should you buy this camera in 2022? The answer is most definitely. You can buy higher end Sony cameras, of course, that have more bells and whistles that are aimed at filmmakers and people that are wanting to blow their photos up to the size of like a billboard. that do like editorial style work. But if you're a YouTube or just a content creator, something like this will cover 99.9% of what you need. This is one of the best bang for your buck YouTube cameras you could possibly buy. I would go pick one up immediately. Like I said, I have some links down below of the best deals I've been able to find for you if you want to get into the Sony A64, as well as some accessories and some nice budget lenses for it. I'll be using this camera until it falls apart, and I'm pretty sure that that will be a long time from now, because I have covered this thing in fake blood. I have shot with it in the rain. I have shot with it in the snow, and so far it has been pretty rugged for me, and I absolutely love it. I love the small form factor. I love the quality of the video and the photos I get out of it. Now, is this something I would take on a professional film shoot? Depends on how good of a camera person you are. I have other cameras for that, but if this is all I could afford and this is all I had, yes, I would take this and I would shoot professional photos with this. I would shoot professional video with this, especially if it's something that a company or brand was paying for me to put on social media. This will get you there. I mean, you have the Sony ZV series, which is equally as nice, but to me, the Sony A6400 is where it's at, especially if you're just getting started with photography, with creating YouTube videos. I think that this is still, 3 years later, one of the best bang for your bucks. I will say that when you find a deal on this, you need to jump on it, because I think it was the beginning of this year or maybe the end of last year where these were completely sold out. They were flying off the shelves. Maybe the pandemic had something to do with it, or maybe because these are one of the creator's best kept secret, you know. I don't know how well these sold when they first came out, but I think that those sales like increased rapidly over year 1 and year 2 after this had been released, because people started seeing how awesome of a camera this is. So with all of that said, I highly recommend picking up this camera in 2022. I would like to have a few more of these as dedicated camera setups for my studio. Like I mentioned, having a dedicated top-down shot in my studio would save me loads of time when I'm shooting. That way I don't have to mount a camera, unmount it, and then move this one camera around. If I just had multiple of these, that would be ideal and speed up my workflow. So we are approaching 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and that is a freaking huge milestone for me. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button, because we are going to be doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, hopefully here in the next week, and you don't want to miss that giveaway. So hit the subscribe button, make sure you ding the bell so you don't miss when that giveaway comes out, so you can make sure you take advantage of getting some awesome free stuff. And if you like camera related videos, you're probably going to want to watch this video right here. So go ahead and click through the playlist, and I promise you won't be disappointed. So as always, guys, just go shoot, and I will catch you on the next one. See you.